Hey, Simply Sugar here with the evening news rundown. Let's get right to it. We're going to start with the jobs report. So, only 73,000 new jobs were added in July, way under projections. May and June were revised down by a combined 258,000 jobs. Unemployment rose up 4.2%. I think these numbers are underreported. Um, yeah, I think these numbers are underreported to give a Trump favor, but they're still bad. Trump responded by firing Erica McAntafar from her position as head of labor and statistics, blaming her for bad jobs data, and calls her a Biden appointee and a deep state holdover, which we know is just a blame game. It's his numbers, it's his tariffs, it's his tax incentives to the rich that caused this to happen, this market volatility. Instead of creating new jobs, we have these billionaires automating things and using AI and getting rid of real people. And this has real repercussions. As we're finding out, people are going to Walmart and Targets where there's no prices on items because they've ripped those tags off, and they've for a $25 shirt it was raised up to $35. So that's a $10 difference of people trying to buy school clothes and just supplies to survive, right? You go to Walmart to save money, you go to Target to save money, but here we are. And we really need to stop shopping there. We need to stop shopping in general and maybe do a lot of thrifting instead. Moving on, let's talk about the U.S. sending two nuclear subs to Russia. So Trump says deployment is in response to Dmitry Medyev's threats. White House calls it a measured deterrent. I call it a measured distraction because he'd rather start World War III than release the Epstein files and get us to talk about anything else. I think this man has no limits to him protecting himself because he's the most important person to him as President of the United States. Speaking of Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell was moved to a minimum security Club Fed out there in Bryan, Texas. It's actually called Camp Bryan in Texas, where there's gardening, group therapy, and very light rules for these inmates. Let me remind you that she's a convicted sex trafficker of children. She's been moved to a minimum facility. Her family has responded with an interview with CNN, wanting her not to get a pardon, of course. So the Virginia Giuffre family says Maxwell must rot in prison, calls out Trump's claim that their sister was stolen, and saying that she was preyed upon and she is not taken. She is not an object. She's a human being. She was a little girl. She was a 15, 16-year-old when Maxwell and Epstein came to take advantage of her. Of course, Virginia Giuffre committed suicide in April of 2025 this year. Reports say she used to wake up screaming from the nightmares of the things she had to endure at the hands of these people. And Ghislaine Maxwell, after talking to Trump's people for 2 days, gets sent to a minimum security facility as payment for her good deeds, because she's going to wipe Trump off of her memory, and somehow come up with names of Trump's enemies. Now, they may very well have been on the plane and been on the list, but so was he. And this is according to a Bloomberg article saying that they have evidence and proof that Trump was definitely listed in the Epstein files and that his name was redacted by federal employees. Ron DeSantis says, you know what? I'm going to do it too. I'm going to gerrymander Florida and steal additional seats, joining Texas. Now, we know that Gavin Newsom has responded saying he's going to do what he needs to do in California. I don't see anyone else responding on the Democratic side. Where are our Democratic governors here? What are we doing? We must answer. We need to respond to this, and we need to respond strongly. This is the Evening News Rundown. I'm Simply Sugar.